this is Newkirk spawning in the bottom right-hand position as the Blue Zerg from Evil Genius's Team Liquid. Sorry, bottom left-hand position, it is Zenio.
His opponent spawning on the bottom right position as the Red Zerg, playing for KT Roaster. His name is Crazy.
I have a question. Does Zenio mean anything in Korean?
No.
Okay, it's just a random name.
I think so.
Alright.
I could try to look it up where it comes from, but, you know, not in the middle of the cast.
It's like, no, don't use your hand phone right now. We have to cast this game here.
Oh, I know what you're trying to mean over there.
Hold on. We have a
tempo.
Okay.
Not a 6-pool tempo.
9-pool.
9-pool. I can't even count right now. That's what happens after I say something wrong about the shirt. It's like, I swear to God, that's not what I meant, but I spilled the ink.
Clear your mind, Supernova
I spilled the ink, and
mind.
now I can't even count the number between 9 and 10.
All right, well, we do have a 9-pool from Zenio here. That's going to be a lot of pressure coming from him. Crazy, will he go for the 14 pool, or will he go for the 15 hatchet? It looks like he's gearing up for that hatchery first, but, I mean, it's still not entirely sure just yet. And I do anticipate him to go for that hatch first build, though. We
do have the 15 drone moving out. So the bigger question now, well, this is a 9-pool, so it's certainly going to do damage because this is earlier than the tempo. If he goes gas first, this is a build order loss for Crazy.
Crazy is not looking too good here. Is he going to go for the gas before pool? That's the real question here. He is. Yes, he is. He's got one of the drones rally to the gas, so this is going to be gas before pool. This couldn't be a worst case scenario for Crazy and KT. If he can somehow hold this, it'll be nothing short of a miracle because Zenio, he's making a lot more Zerglings behind this, and now the first six Zerglings are out, and they're going to move over to Crazy's base. And the Overlord, it will eventually see this. Some of the Zerglings will be spotted. Looks like actually all of them will pretty much be spotted here. And now Crazy, he sees the Zerglings. He's going to be in panic mode. He may have to just straight up cancel that hatchery, but he's not going to cancel it just yet. I think he's going to try to actually hold on. He's still mining gas from the extractor as well.
You know, against the tempo, you know, this might be the right decision, you know, saving the hatchery, getting the more larvas out for Zerglings later on. But this is a 9-pool, not a 10-pool, so it's much earlier. And here we go, 6 Zerglings attacking the natural hatchery, and we have 2 additional Zerglings. Behind the Zenio is droning up, but not certainly before the Zerglings do a lot of damage.
And the Zerglings are able to force a cancel on that hatchery now. It looks like these Zerglings are going to be able to focus down on a lot of the drones here. We have a few Zerglings in production from Crazy here, but the problem is Zenio, he has a lot of Zerglings here. He has up to 12 Zerglings compared to the paltry 6 of Crazy, and now the Zerglings are going to do a dance back and forth. Zenio, all he has to do is not let his Lings get entirely surrounded, and he's going to be in a nice position this game.
And behind this, he's slowly catching up with the drone count too, because I saw him droning up, and here we go. The Zerglings are trying to get close. The Queen is out, however, and the Queen is actually stuck between the hatchery and the spawning pool, so there's no way that Zenio can get a full surround.
The Queen gets a full surround, but Zenio decides to back out at the last second here. There are 9 Zerglings out for Crazy, so I feel like Zenio, he's probably overstayed his welcome. He's going to back up now. He did force a cancel on the hatchery. The drone count is very even right now. The only advantage that Crazy has is in the gas. Zenio, he's going to have a nice economic advantage coming out from this because his hatchery is going to be done before Crazy's.
Zenio knows how to, you know, apply the pressure and just pull back when he needs to. Because some players, they try to stay in the base for too long, and once the Queen comes out and the Zerglings comes out, they actually don't have an answer against the Zerglings and the Queens. And Zenio exactly knew when to pull out from the pressure, so he's doing a really nice job also going for the hatchery before his opponent Crazy. Now Crazy, since he has a gas advantage, he got the speed, he's getting a bailing for himself. This is going to be one timing for Zenio to block. If not, then Crazy can actually take the game.
I am a little bit concerned for Zenio here. He has a few Queens for defense. He's up to 3 now. But, you know, of course, like you mentioned, there's no gas for Zenio yet. He hasn't bothered to even take an extractor, so is he just going to focus on maybe getting a few spine crawlers? He is building one right now, but I feel like Crazy, he's going to get a few more drones and then potentially go for a Zergling Baneling attack.
And also, one thing I'm worried about is that Zenio is delaying the gas to get as many extractor as possible, many drones as possible. So the thing is, even if the Baneling Zergling doesn't work, Crazy might be able to go for the layer much faster than his opponent. In fact, he will be able to go for it much faster because Crazy, his layer is already out on the way.
Now, the problem for Zenio here is that he's behind in tech, and he doesn't know what his opponent is up to either. He's expecting maybe some type of weird all-in. We do have 2 gas extractors going down at the natural for Zenio, but none yet in the main base. He's very far behind on gas, and I feel like if this goes into a Mutabor, then it's not gonna work out that well for Zenio.
That's one thing that Zenio didn't account for throughout this whole game. And the Zerglings are gonna try to go inside the main base, but there's up to 4 queens, still allows him in. And now Crazy must be feeling really happy, excuse me, after not seeing the lair.
Yeah, the Zerglings will get taken out there eventually, but it doesn't even matter. The scouting has been done. Crazy can play very comfortably here, knowing that his opponent Zenio is not going to try to go for any large Zergling timing or bust against him. The speed hasn't even started, the layer hasn't even started, and now the Spire is on its way for Crazy here. I feel like Zenio, he has to go for a timing attack. That's the only way he'll be able to potentially win this game, because he is just so far behind in the gas war that if he tries to go for a layer, it's just going to be way too late.
He needs to deal tons of damage with the Zerglings while also getting the Spore Claws back at his main base with the Queens right next to it.
Crazy also taking a 3rd base here, and it's a weird position for him.
Zenio doesn't know what's up. He's going for the Baneling. He's getting the lair out right now. He's getting up to 14 Zerglings, but he doesn't know that the lair already finished. He doesn't know that the Spire is out.
Yeah, the Spire is almost complete at this point. Even look at that, sniping off that drone there, delaying that 3rd base. Nice moves from Crazy, and I feel like even if Zenio goes for a large Zergling bust, which he is building a lot of Zerglings right now, the biggest issue is, what if Crazy scouts that? You know, he can just keep his muses at home. The Spire is about to complete here. There's about 700 gas, 800 gas in the bank for our KT player as well. So now Spine Crawler rooting near that 3rd base. It looks like Zenio wants to secure that. By now he's realized that there's not going to be any large Zergling timing attacks, so it's really going to be up to Zenio to try to apply some pressure here. He needs to buy as much time as possible for his mutas, because Spire is just starting compared to Spire finished. Zenio's going to be behind as well on the air upgrades as well, so I don't know what to tell you guys, but it's not looking good for Zenio.
Oh yeah, I'm just really surprised that Zenio didn't get a fast gas out for himself after going for the pressure. I mean, going for the hatchery is great, but you need the gas in ZvZ. Gas is so crucial, and now he's going to be in panic mode after seeing these mutas.
Yes, the mutas are out, and they're going to be able to snipe down those Banelings, and the hatchery could potentially go down here, but nope, the mutas are going to be able to scare away those Zerglings, and of course the reinforcement Banelings and Zerglings as well. So even a Roach Warren, interestingly enough, being built by Crazier. I think he wants to bank on the fact that Zenio feels so far behind in the muta count that he's going to overcommit on defending against mutas and trying the catch up in the muta war.
So we only have 6 mutas out for Crazy at this point, so it's still not a deadly amount. That's all I can tell you right now. No. Few spores here and there, transfuse with the Queens, and attacking with the Queens is enough to defend against mutas right now. But the problem is, did he scout the Roach Warren? I don't think so, and that's going to be a huge problem.
You know what? Okay, well, we have more mutas being made by Crazy now. He's building up to 6 more. I think he may have been considering going for the Roach Warren, but as we look, he did cancel the speed, and he's just going to go back into the muta wars. He realized, wait a second, ZvZ, I'm ahead in the muta count. I can just win with mutas. What am I doing here? I'm playing this Wings of Liberty style.
I was getting there for a second.
I need to stop, man. So, Zenio, though, making a lot of mutas at once here. He has, I know, like up to 12 in production almost. So, you know, technically Zenio can come back into this game. It's going to take a lot of tenacity from him. He is going to have to play this absolutely perfectly. And looks like Crazy moving across the map now, going for the 3rd base here. Are there any Spore Crawlers there? There is one, and there's another on the way. Right now, the muta count is starting to even up for both players here, and supplies are also actually pretty close to each other.
Yeah, well, here comes the mutas, and they're in perfect position to snipe 1 or 2 drones because Zenio's mutas are out of position. And, you know, Zenio still has a number of Zerglings that he saved up. Why is that not going around the map trying to snipe the possible 4th base or even the 3rd base?
Yeah, exactly. Crazy, like you said, he is taking another expansion here. Zenio going to get another expansion as well. I'm actually surprised by the lack of harassment we're seeing in this game compared to when Effort played. He was all over the place with the Zerglings, constant wing attacks and harassment. But we're not seeing it with this. And look at how smart Zenio is. He has his Zergling army with the main Muta army because some of the bounces they will hit the ground units instead of the other Mutas, is effectively giving his army a little bit more life. And hold on, Zenio is ahead in the Muta count. I noticed he's like at 22 to 19 right now, so Crazy somehow fell behind the Muta count. I think he got just a little bit too cocky there, a little bit too overconfident, and
Zenio still cannot attack head-on because he has a +1 attack while his opponent has +1 carapace. And +1 carapace does favor the Zerg player with the Mutas with +1 carapace does favor over the +1 attack. So Zenio right after, he's getting a +1 carapace for himself.
Indeed he is. Also, both players have pretty much evened up on the Muta count. Both players also getting a 4th base as well.
Well, Crazy's 4th base is already up, and he's already mining from it, so he's going to have more gas income as time goes on. That's the reason why Zenio seems like he's actually forcing the engagement, and it's really smart play, putting the Zerglings under the Mutas.
That's exactly what he needs to do. And now Banling's coming in, they're going to try to clear up a few of those, and it's still close. It could be either person's battle, but the Muta count advantage is going to go to Crazy, it looks like here. But no, now the Muta battle has been won by Zenio there. It looks like the reinforcement Mutas from Crazy weren't quite there yet, and the supply count difference, it is in Crazy's favor here, but the Muta count, well, I guess it's still in his favor as well, but it's still Crazy. I thought Zenio was so far behind, but he has managed to somehow crawl his way back into this game.
Oh yeah, when he went for the Mutas, he knew that he had more Mutas than his opponent until the reinforcements arrived, so he made most out of it during the battle.
Look at this, we have a humongous Zergling run by from Crazy at the 4th base of Zenio, but Zenio, he wants to fight these Mutas head on, using the Zerglings to try the buffer for the Mutaglaive bounces, and he's going to back out there now. Oh, this is still a very tense back and forth moment. The 4th base for Zenio goes down, but he's just going to go for the big main battle here. The Muta count is still heavily in Crazy's favor, and now Zenio, he is forced to retreat.
That's the difference between the +1 attack and +1 carapace. Now, if Zenio waited until +1 carapace finished for himself, the battle could have actually gone towards his favor because, you know, 1 or 2 Muta difference doesn't really matter because of the upgrades. But look at this, Crazy after taking down the 4th base. He's sending Zerglings everywhere.
Look at the Muta count difference right now, 12 to 22 in Crazy's favor. I don't know what Zenio can try to do to get back in this game. I mean, he did impress us with some really cool Infestor play, and that's actually exactly what he is doing here. He is going for the Infestors right now, but Crazy, he's going for another expansion. He's going to have so much gas that even if a lot of his Mutas get killed off, it simply won't matter.
You know, I still question myself why these Zerg players don't leave the Banelings at the 4th base and the 5th base. You know, they don't cost that much. Their supply, and they don't even need a supply to make those Banelings, so it's a really nice defense against the Zergling run-bys, and Zenio just didn't make the Banelings at the 4th base.
We have another impressive run-by from Crazy here. Zenio trying to do one of his own, but it will be deflected here, and I feel like Zenio, he's just starting to crumble here. He's so far behind in the Muta count. The drone count as well is quite heavily in Crazy's favor, and oh, even a few of these Mutas getting caught out of position here. Things are just not looking up for our UGTL player.
Not having the 4th base, not having enough hatcheries to get the Mutas out. That is the biggest difference, and looking at the Muta supply, 35 Mutas, 16 Mutas. This is Crazy games to win.
It is Crazy's game to win. Look at this, the Mutas, they're getting completely crushed here, a 9 to 29. This is going to be it. Zenio has effectively lost this game. He had a nice advantage early on, but did not properly utilize it. That's going to be it. GG.
Losing the 4th base was one of the biggest key point in this game because Crazy, he's been mining from 8 gases throughout the whole game. Zenio just got it up, but he didn't put the Banelings over there, and the Zerglings sniped it easily.
So unfortunately for Zenio, probably not too happy about that game. I think he may be looking through the replay right now. He's like, why did I lose? Oh, he got gassed so early. That's why. I feel like the gas in the early parts of the game really allowed Crazy to kind of dictate the pace of the game after that initial 9 pool. So right now the score is currently 3-2 with EGTL still leading. The next matchup, it's going to be Alive versus Stats. Don't go anywhere, guys. This is the SK Planet StarCraft 2 Pro League.